I hope everybody likes it.
Well, here's a funny thing, Doug. Here's a real funny thing. Earlier this evening, you were talking about how you never really had a thing for the dead, the Grateful Dead.
Wow.
Sorry, did I just out you?
A little worried now.
Sorry. Well, this song, I realized much later in my life, is basically just Franklin's Tower. Sorry. I think that you and I probably had the same kind of growing up. I was into punk rock. I thought the Dead were terrible. I mean, in many ways.
Day one.
In many. In many important ways, the Dead are a terrible band. They're one of my favorite bands. I can't think of another band that has sucked me in the way that they have, but they are pretty bad. Sometimes you'll see footage of them playing, you'll see like Mickey Hart and Billy playing drums, and you're just like, what are you guys doing? How? How are you millionaires? The 60s were a wild time.
The punk rock Grateful Dead balance is too good.
Yeah, well, you know, it happens.
It is.
It's a real thing.
It is a real
It's
thing.
a real thing.
The dichotomy is real.
I mean, they were punks, though. That's the thing. They were punk. They were punk-ass punks.
Yeah.
You know?
Street punks.
They were.
This is going to become a debate.
The timing was so good. 'Cause
Should we
it's
stop
like
now and-
Dead or like Bad Religion, you know? Like, it was like that. That was the era. That was the 90s.
Lucy's on the skin of the river. Yes, the wine's on me. Drove my car to go mean. Couldn't find the water. Yes, I had a message from Messenger-Lucia. Yes, with a feather, go and find his daughter. Why, she was beautiful, it was circumstance. Watch the boat on the water, on the day. Lucy's just behind the border. Yes, the rusty border. Yes, if I come up jokers, I'm gonna go and join her. Yes, Mr. Miracle is on my tail. He told me treasure seekers are thrown in jail. Why, she was beautiful, it was circumstance. Watch the boat on the water, on the day. She was beautiful, it was circumstance. Watch the boat on the water, on the day. I'm gonna break your heart right now. Ready? It's rolling away. Rolling away. It's rolling away. Long way to do. That goes. I have a funny story about that song. That song is really old. That's the oldest song that I ever play. I probably wrote that when I was in my early 20s and have kept it with me. All these other songs are like I think of as Hiscold Messenger songs, but that one goes back really far. And at the time that I wrote it, I was in touch through some weird ways with this singer named Linda Thompson who made records with her husband. They made records as Richard and Linda Thompson. Totally just, those records changed my life, and they still play a big part in the way that I think about music. And so I was in touch with her, and I got her to agree to come sing on a version of that. So I drove down to LA. I was living in San Francisco at the time. I drove down to LA and picked her up from her palatial apartment building that she was living in. She's no longer married to this, she's no longer married to Richard. She's married to a guy that owns an NFL football team. Good for her, frankly. And she's super nice. She came out and we took her to this dingy little studio in Eagle Rock, which at the time, this was in like 2002 or 3, Eagle Rock was a little sketchy still. We took her to this studio and she was so cool about it, but she was so just like, what am I doing? Why did I agree to do this? She's wearing this big puffy starter jacket, and she didn't want to take it off, and I was so young and dumb I didn't know how to ask her to take it off. It was making so much noise on the microphones that she would be singing and you could just hear this jacket rubbing. And finally she did take it off, and she was singing the words, and she kept singing the words wrong. And again, I was so young and inexperienced, I didn't know how to tell her. I should have just said, "Oh, that's not the right word." But I was so in awe of her being there. I was just like, I'm just gonna let her sing the wrong words, and then I'll go back and fix my singing and sing to what she's saying.